The faculty are now processing in. Okay, will our honored guests, the class of 2020, please process in? Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the platform party. I'm going to ask them to stand up briefly so that you see who they are as I introduce them, and then be seated. Please hold your applause until after all have been introduced. First, I'd like to introduce Dr. James Krebs, Assistant Dean for Experiential Education. Dr. Gail Brazeau, UNE College of Pharmacy Dean. Mr. Bradley Arthur, President, National Community Pharmacists Association and keynote speaker for today. Dr. George Allen, Chair of the Department of Pharmacy Practice. Dr. Olgan Gavench, Chair of the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Dr. Stephen Sutton, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and Class of 2020 Advisor. Dr. Wallace Marsh, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Dr. Kenneth McCall, Alumni and Professional Affairs. And Dr. James Coble, Provost and Senior Vice President and Founding Dean of the College of Dental Medicine. Now we can applause. I know these people will be introduced later by our dean, but I just wanted to make a comment that we have Dr. William Riffey with us and his wonderful wife, Judy. I've known Dr. Riffey for over 35 years. I was figuring that out the other day. It's a pleasure to have them with us today. Anybody else from the university or affiliated with the College of Pharmacy in the audience? Yes, please stand. Thank you for coming. Pharmacy education is based upon a strong foundation in the biomedical and pharmaceutical sciences. The Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences helps our students develop these strong foundations through courses such as biochemistry and pharmacology. It is my pleasure to introduce the chair of the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dr. Olgan Gavench. Dr. Gavench will tell you more about the department and its faculty. Dr. Gavench?
Thank you, Dean Woodward. It's my great pleasure to be here today to represent the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences. The Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences has the responsibility to teach the basic biomedical sciences and pharmaceutical sciences that are foundational to the practice of pharmacy. Courses that students will be taking include biochemistry, which is the basic chemistry that is essential for life, pathophysiology, which helps us understand how, when those mechanisms go awry, they result in disease states, pharmaceutics, which is the application of physical chemistry to pharmaceutical compounds, medicinal chemistry, which is the application of organic chemistry to pharmaceutical compounds, pharmacology, which seeks to understand how those pharmaceutical compounds interact with our bodies, pharmacogenomics, which helps us understand how each one of us as individuals will respond differently to the very same medicine, immunology, which helps us understand how our own immune systems help to fight disease, and pharmacokinetics, which helps us understand how is it that a medicine quickly enters our system but also leaves our system. So those are the types of core courses that the department is responsible for. I'm pleased to be working with a great group of faculty and staff in this department, and they are here with us today, so if you would please stand, the faculty and staff of the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences. All right. Thank you, Dean Woodward.
Thank you, Dr. Gavench. Not only does contemporary pharmacy practice require a foundation in these sciences, but it also requires practitioners who are competent in the clinical and social and administrative sciences. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. George Allen, Chair of the Department of Pharmacy Practice, to tell you a little bit about his department and faculty and staff. Can't forget staff.
Thank you, Dean Woodward. It's my pleasure to introduce the faculty and staff of the Department of Pharmacy Practice. Before doing so, I'd also like to thank Mr. Arthur for coming here to speak to our students. I'd also like to thank those who are from the University Committee, including Professor and Provost Coble, as well as Dean Riffey and his wife. I also would like to thank those of you in the audience for supporting our students as well. So the Department of Pharmacy Practice is the largest department in the College of Pharmacy with more than 20 faculty and staff. We teach in all 4 years of the curriculum, and we also provide scholarly opportunities, many of which involve students. And then finally, we also provide much in the way of service, whether it's professional service, service to the community, or service to the university and to the college. Our faculty have expertise in a variety of specialties, including community pharmacy, ambulatory care, adult internal medicine, drug information, statistics, ambulatory care, programmatic outcome assessment, etc. And they all teach and do scholarship and service in those various disciplines. One of the most important ways that our faculty provide service is through the practice of pharmacy, hence the name of the department. And so our clinical faculty are providing service and improving the health and well-being of people across the state of Maine through a variety of different practice settings. So as faculty, we really are here for you, class of 2020, to support you and to help you progress through the curriculum into careers as successful pharmacists, no matter where your careers take you. I encourage you to take advantage of all that the faculty and staff have to offer you. And as an early gesture of support, I can announce that the College of Pharmacy will be providing each one of you with your own blood pressure kit and stethoscope for your use going forward. These will be given to you next week. So finally, I'd like to acknowledge particularly the staff of the Department of Pharmacy Practice. Really, we could not operate as a faculty without their invaluable assistance, and I hope that you as students also take advantage of their wonderful abilities and resources. So I'd like to ask at this time that the staff and faculty of the Department of Pharmacy Practice please stand and be recognized. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. Finally, in addition to the strong basic science, clinical and social science foundation in contemporary pharmacy education, our student pharmacists spend 1/3 of their educational efforts in opportunities to improve their professional practice through a series of introductory and advanced pharmacy practice experiences. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. James Krebs, Assistant Dean for Experiential Education, who will tell you about the activities of the Experiential Education Office and its staff members.
Good morning, students, parents, loved ones, colleagues, friends, and especially our alumni out there. Welcome. It's a delight to have all of you here today. I actually had to do the count today. It's my 8th year at UNE, but just my 7th white coat ceremony. So it's exciting to be here to chat about my department and in a few moments to announce the students and their hometown and previous degrees and accomplishments they have. But first of all, experiential education. It is an integral component of the College of Pharmacy's Doctorate of Pharmacy program. We strive to develop in each student the professional judgment and competencies needed to skillfully perform functions and meet the responsibilities of a pharmacist in a wide range of environments. Experiential education, as Dr. Woodward said, accounts for about 30% of the curriculum. It includes introductory as well as advanced pharmacy practice experiences. These experiences occur throughout the whole years, from the end of year 1 to the end of year 2, throughout year 3, and then the whole 4th year they will be completing experiences, sometimes called rotations. Students will be immersed in these real-world rotations, practicing with pharmacists and other healthcare professionals in a variety of settings, anything from community pharmacy to institutional to specialties like oncology and pediatrics and infectious disease, to things like HMOs or FQHCs or prisons. They may be on reservations. They could be with the FDA, the CDC. They will do these throughout Maine, throughout New England, and throughout the world. Some things a little bit more about my department I think you should know. We do more than just coordinator schedule rotations. I have a dynamic staff that we work on educating our preceptors, which is the pharmacists who are in charge of educating our students when they're out in the field. We work on assessments and evaluations for the students to see how the students are progressing. And we also do such things as working with students to coordinate their licensing through various states to eventually certifying their hours for graduation. But on that note, I would like to leave you, the students, that's why we're here today, with a little bit of advice. And hopefully maybe it'll resonate and possibly stick with you throughout your 4 years as you think of your role as student pharmacist and then eventually as pharmacist. So I encourage all of you, are there 68? That's the number, great. I encourage you to live with intention. I want you to walk to the edge with innovation. I want you to listen intently to your patients. I want you to practice wellness and taking care of yourself. I want you to laugh. I think it's really important because a sense of humor is really, really important for me and likely for you too. I want you to play with abandon and to give balance to your life. I want you to continue to learn always. Choose with no regrets while making good decisions. Appreciate your friends and family and the faculty too. Lead or follow a leader. Do what you love. And finally, live each day to the fullest. I wish you much success. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Krebs. At this time, I ask our faculty and staff to please stand. Faculty and staff, could you please stand? All staff, everybody, please. Student pharmacists, our faculty and staff are here to help you discover your talents and skills as independent learners. They are a great resource for you. I encourage you to get to know these caring people during your time in our program. They are committed to helping you become the best that you can be. Dean Brazeau advises every class. One of the most important activities, and I hope I'm not stealing your punch here. One of the most important activities you can do each semester is to get to know at least one new faculty member or staff member. Would you please join me in a round of applause for the members of our faculty and staff? Thank you. You may be seated. As a class, you will participate in a variety of activities, including class officer elections, fundraising, and putting on the P2 signature event, the Charity Gala. The class advisor is the go-to person for ideas and help in coordinating these efforts. Dr. Steve Sutton is the class of 2020 advisor. We welcome Dr. Sutton to make a few welcoming remarks. Dr. Sutton?
Thank you, Dean Woodward. Welcome parents and friends of the class, UNE's class, College of Pharmacy, the class of 2020. I'm Steve Sutton, as Dr. Dean Woodward mentioned. I'm the class advisor. And students, welcome to the college. Welcome to the pharmacy doctoral degree program. You've made it. Isn't that wild? Just pause for a minute and reflect on the countless hours that led to this moment and all the help you've gotten along the way. What will I talk about this morning? This your first full professional entry into your PharmD trajectory. I was going to outline the courses you're taking, but I think that was nicely done already. I was going to mention how each one prepares you for your career in pharmacy, but I won't. I was going to tell you about, well, that each class you take is important, or else it wouldn't be there. And I was going to mention some of the over 100 different career paths that will be available to you to choose upon graduation. But perhaps that's a talk for another time. Time, the most precious thing we know. I was driving home the other day, wondering what I was going to talk about this morning, this beautiful Maine autumn morning, when I saw this license plate holder that stated, "Life is short, enjoy the ride." And what a ride you're going to have over the next 4 years. At the risk of stressing you out, you'll earn almost 150 credit hours, attend almost 5,000 hours of lectures and labs, experience 2,000 hours of experiential education, take over 200 quizzes, over 80 midterms, and over 30 finals. Sounds like a lot. You'll be spending about 20 hours a week in class or lab, but another 20 to 30 hours a week on homework and studying. Doesn't leave, we hope. It doesn't leave much time to work at a pharmacy or a clinic. It doesn't leave much time to commute or with your family or for yourself. How can you enjoy the ride when you're white-knuckled on the steering wheel with the pedal to the metal? Well, never mind how, we'll get to that in a moment. But hear me now, how can you enjoy the ride? You just have to. But how? Well, by taking advantage of every opportunity to learn, even outside the classroom. For example, most faculty have some research and scholarship that might interest you. And trust me, research can be fun. You need to get involved. There are 9 faculty committees that invite student representation. We have 12 pharmacy-specific organizations in the college. Most of these offer numerous service outreach and community opportunities. But you can have more fun. There are 9 interprofessional student organizations for graduate and professional students on the Portland campus, including an outdoor adventure club with outings such as white water rafting, hiking in Baxter Park, rock climbing, ice climbing, skiing, snowboarding, and of course, snowmobiling. Other stress busters are waiting at the Finley Recreation Center, where there are every kind of exercise machine and free weight you would want. And they also offer numerous events such as fitness assessments, personal training, small group training, and there are intramural teams and various sports for you to join. There are also wellness opportunities such as the nutrition workshops and of course the Student Health Advisory Council. There's even a UNE box office, which features discounted tickets for many activities, from movie theaters to beer tours, if you're of age, the Portland Symphony, plays, stand-up comedians, and musicians. And don't even get me started on the variety of restaurants in Portland. It's a true foodie paradise. I guess what I'm saying is that if you can't find fun, it's because you didn't try. But let me be clear. Of course you have to study, repeated, difficult retrieval. And you have to have fun. Have fun with the other students in the class of 2020, upperclassmen, future underclassmen, in other colleges, and in the community. The relationships you make now are the relationships that will be with you for your life. So get to know your classmates, your future fellow professionals, the faculty, and the staff. I'll end this few words with a paraphrase of Steve Jobs. Your work is going to fill a huge part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied with what you do, what you believe is great work, is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. I submit that you are here today because you have found that path, the path to that work that you will love. So now that you've made it, enjoy the ride. I'm looking forward to an exciting, fun-filled, and successful one with you, the class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sutton. Very, very good advice. It's my great pleasure now to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Mr. Bradley Arthur, pharmacist and president of the NCPA, or National Community Pharmacists Association. Mr. Arthur is from a family of pharmacists. He went to the University of Florida College of Pharmacy to begin a 27-year career as a pharmacist. The Arthurs grew the family-owned chain to 8 stores before selling 6 in the mid-90s to Eckerd and Rite Aid. Today, Mr. Arthur operates Black Rock Pharmacy, which his father started in 1959. His brother operates Brighton Eggert Pharmacy, and each is a minority partner in the other's store, both businesses in Buffalo, New York. His goal has always been to blend 2 ideals: to be a small business owner and to play a part in improving the health and well-being of his community. Service to one's profession and community was instilled in him from the very beginning. He has served his community in many ways, and I'm going to mention the pharmacy-specific services here. He has a lot of other general community service activities. For example, he is a past president of the Pharmacist Society of the State of New York and a member of the D'Youville School of Pharmacy Advisory Panel. He has served the NCPA in numerous capacities before becoming president, as a steering committee member, an executive committee member, and board chair. The National Community Pharmacists Association represents the pharmacist owners, managers, and employees of more than 22,000 independent community pharmacies across the U.S. Our nation's independent pharmacies, independent pharmacy franchises, and independent chains dispense nearly half of the nation's retail prescription meds. These independent pharmacists are small business entrepreneurs and multifaceted healthcare providers who represent a vital part of the United States healthcare delivery system. They have roots in America's communities. They are community leaders, actively involved in community-oriented public health, civic, and volunteer projects. Many hold local elected offices, others serve as state legislators. Mr. Arthur is the epitome of the NCPA vision, why we invited him today. His efforts are focused on ensuring community pharmacy remains a viable member of the healthcare team and promoting recognition of community pharmacists as members of an integrated healthcare system, providing comprehensive pharmacy services to their communities. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Bradley Arthur.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, everyone. It's truly a pleasure for me to be here with you today. I had a nice opportunity before today's session and celebration to visit with some of the students. And Dr. Sutton, there's a young man from Ethiopia who was asking himself, what is snowmobiling? And why didn't you tell me that when I came to UNE? So it's important to learn every day. We can all learn something every day. Live with intention, we heard this morning. Live every day of your life with intention, with a purpose. To make a change, service to the communities in which you live, to the people you serve. These are truly the most rewarding things that we can do in our professional and personal lives, in my view. I carry 2 things with me every day. I carry a picture of my kids, which reminds me of why I do what I do and why when I'm not home, there's a greater purpose for me, and that's to serve the profession. But I also carry with me the Wikipedia definition of pharmacy, because it reminds me of how others perceive us as a profession and how we need to do a better job at describing and defining truly what pharmacy is. And bear with me just for a minute. This is their definition today of the practice of pharmacy, the profession of pharmacy. The profession of pharmacy is the science and technique of preparing and dispensing drugs, period. That's the way they view and define pharmacy. This is their definition. While technically it's probably accurate, it doesn't begin to describe the complex nature in which pharmacists contribute to the health and well-being of the patients we serve. But before I go on, allow me first to direct my remarks to the parents, because I remember it's going on 27 years, as was mentioned, where my parents sat there and with their fingers crossed, and they said, "Oh, by the grace of God, please have this stick." Because, and while Dean Riffey is here, my dean was his predecessor, and there was a lot of, "Son, did you ever think of business school?" And organic, I had a nice visit with the students last night. Organic chemistry, there's those pivotal moments in one's life. And Dr. Sutton spoke with great eloquence about what you have in front of you over the next 4 years in the curriculum. And I started getting sweaty because it took me back. It took me back to a very dark place. You know, and the dean said, get to know your staff and get to know the staff and the faculty. This is a new endeavor in your lives. This entire university stands prepared to wrap their arms around you and help you succeed. And I had one staff person in particular who had to wrap his arms around me almost every day, and that was my academic advisor, and he was Dr. McKenzie, and he said, "Son, we're going to get through this together." You know, so those are all great words of wisdom, and you should heed those every day. But first, let me direct my remarks to the parents who have supported these young professionals, the class of 2020 who sits before us. To get to this point where we are on this beautiful New England day requires great patience, perseverance, and passion to spend one's professional life in service to others. And everyone here has helped to create the circumstances by which this will occur. Pharmacy is, in many respects, a calling. It's a commitment to bringing aid and comfort to those in need. Today's standards are much more sophisticated than just that. And this fine institution will provide you with all of the skills and the knowledge required to ensure that you will excel in your chosen profession. This university and others have seen their curriculum and focus evolve to meet the challenges of 2020 and beyond. All of you folks will play an integral role in redefining what Wikipedia so weakly does in defining the practice of pharmacy. You will all play a very integral role in reshaping and redefining the way pharmacy is defined, not only in the eyes of those of us that practice the profession, but those of us that we work with. I'm really encouraged to hear that the university works with the allied health professionals in a very cooperative way. In the late 1980s, this was not always the case. You know, things were done in silos, if you will. So that's a very encouraging thing to learn about UNE and others, that they have embraced this notion that we are all part of the solution to this overall healthcare system. Comprehensive clinical pharmacy services are the here and now. It's not the future anymore. It's the here and now. Pharmacists are playing an ever-expanding role in immunizations, adherence efforts, medication therapy management. The administration, the current administration, the Obama administration, stated that it's pushing rapidly to move Medicare payments from a fee-for-service alternative reimbursement model to one of quality measures in just a few short years, maybe just a couple of years. And that's an earth-shattering move of our healthcare system, moving from fee-for-service to outcomes and quality measures. Pharmacogenetic testing is a reality in the not-too-distant future. Many would argue it's here now. I think the science is catching up. It's likely to be centered in pharmacy, these new innovations, and we have to be very careful to position our value in this new healthcare paradigm. Imagine a future in which appropriate therapy is matched to specific patient populations based on genetic markers. Who better positioned to make that link than pharmacy? Opportunity abounds in pharmacy today and for the future. We also heard that there are hundreds of opportunities that await you at the doorstep upon graduation in 4 years from UNE. In my time, they were fairly limited. When I graduated from pharmacy school in 1987, well, they were very limited because of my dad. He basically told me what I was going to do, but I think for my classmates, they were less limited. I remember it was getting real close to graduation day, and I had a lovely girlfriend from Orlando that there's no way she was moving to Buffalo, New York. And I called my dad, and I said, Dad, appreciate everything you've done for me. You hung in there with me from the beginning. And you know, we had 8 drugstores. He had a plan for me that he made very clear in just a moment. And I said, Dad, I appreciate everything, but upon graduation, I won't be coming home. And I'm going to stay here in Florida. And the phone was silent for a minute. He says, do what you have to do. I'll see you in a week. And that was the end of that. So I was actually home in 6 days. I knew better. The reality today for pharmacy practice is much different. Pharmacists are embedded in medical practices in increasing numbers because those others in healthcare see the value in bringing the expertise that pharmacy brings on behalf of the mutual patient. We're all being judged by a different report card. It's all about what's in the best interest of the patient and how are we impacting that outcome in measurable ways. Today, the opportunities truly are without limit. Soon, I believe pharmacists will be recognized by government regulatory bodies, as they are in many states. I know there's activities here in Maine to officially recognize pharmacists as providers. We have other states that have done tremendous work, California and others. What this will do is it will essentially create a pathway to formalizing the tremendous value we bring to healthcare. I went back to the original statement on Wikipedia, and for us, it's not been a failure of action. It's been a failure of messaging. You know, I think many of you that are sitting there, if not all of you, are sitting there because you want to help people. You genuinely want to help people, and you want to make a difference in people's lives. That's a very unselfish thing to do. It's a very noble thing to do. But many folks that have that trait don't like talking about what they do. You know, they tend to do it because they should, do it because they're supposed to do that. But they don't like to talk about it and share that. So we in pharmacy have to do a better job describing all it is that we do because others are defining it for us, and they're not doing a great job. So in my neck of the woods, in the world in which I live, others in healthcare are defining what pharmacy is and what pharmacy is not. Oftentimes I hear pharmacists are not equipped to participate in the highly complex world of specialty drugs. I would argue that nobody is better equipped to do that. You know, we have those relationships, those very personal relationships that allow us to interact with patients and truly understand the limitations and barriers that they have in their lives and help to mitigate those. The future demands that we move in this fashion from this traditional fee-for-service model to one that is truly predicated on quality care. All of you will be well positioned to practice within this new reality. Today's white coat ceremony is marked in a tradition of trust. Trust to me is very similar to intention that we heard of. The trust that the public we serve has placed in us, and the trust that we have in knowing as pharmacists that we take our responsibilities for the care and treatment of our patients with the highest regard and professionalism. So today, especially on this day, but every day, take pride in knowing that you have taken just the first steps in becoming a member of perhaps what is the most trusted profession in America. And thank you again for letting me be here, me and my kids to be here with you. Thank you. Thank you, Dean. Thank you for that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Arthur. At this time, the white coat ceremony will begin. White coat ceremonies, and some of this has already been mentioned by Mr. Arthur. White coat ceremonies have been used by schools of pharmacy and medicine as an outward sign of an inward and personal commitment to the profession. Excuse me. The white coat has had a long association with all things medical, scientific, and healing. It is also associated with attributes of purity and goodness. It has been a symbol of trust that patients have in pharmacists that dates back to the apothecary days through today, of promoting wellness and providing pharmaceutical care, medication therapy management, and disease prevention. The profession of pharmacy is one that demands adherence to a set of ethical principles. These high ideals are necessary to ensure the high quality of care that society and our parents entrust us to provide. We must remember that it is a privilege to be involved with patient care and to practice pharmacy. It is a privilege. I think I've told this class that already, right? It's a privilege to practice pharmacy, and with that privilege comes a lot of responsibilities. Now, I just realized I made a snafu, okay? I was supposed to offer Mr. Arthur a nice gift for his presentation. Oh, you took my pen. Okay, okay. Thank you. Let me give me a hug.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm so sorry about forgetting.
That's very kind.
Okay. Let us begin the coding process. Our Dean's Ambassadors will lead the class of 2020 to the stage on my left. Dr. James Krebs will introduce each student, and they will proceed to the center of the stage to receive their white coats. Students, as you progress across the stage, Drs. Allen and Gavinch, the department chairs, will help you put on the coat. I will do the motherly thing and adjust the collar and Dean Brazeau will shake your hand and provide a copy of the Pledge of Professionalism. Now, we have professional photographers here today to take pictures. So when you're putting your coating on or having your coat put on, they will be taking pictures, as well as when you're shaking the dean's hand. So don't forget to look up and smile. Guests are welcome to come forward to take pictures, but we ask that you please return to your seats and be seated after the photographs are taken. I know this will be difficult to ask, but would you please hold your applause until all students have returned to their seats? Now, you ready? Okay, will the first row of students please rise and approach the stage? Dr. Krebs, please introduce the students.
Yeah. Thank you. Jenny Lau, she's from Brooklyn, New York. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Health and Nutrition Science from City University of New York, Brooklyn College. Bunartha Mao, he's from Frankston, Texas. Shusang Zhen. He is from Tainan, Taiwan. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry from Arizona State University. Kelly Walsh. She's from Portland, Maine, and Kelly completed her UNE pre-pharmacy studies down at our Biddeford campus. Emily D. She's from Holton, Maine, and Emily is studied pre-pharmacy at UNE in Biddeford. Fee-Con Vo, she's from Manchester, Maine, and she completed her pre-pharmacy requirements at UNE Biddeford. Cameron McMullen. Cameron is from Scarborough, Maine. Kyle Williams. He's from Bodenham, Maine, and he completed his pre-pharmacy coursework at UNE Biddeford. Mitchell Fleury. Mitchell's from York, Maine. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Medical Biology from the University of New England. Hannah Means. She's from New Bedford, Massachusetts, and she studied pre-pharmacy at the University of New England, Biddeford. Erica Meter. She's from Scarborough, Maine. Erica obtained a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Susquehanna University. Stephen A. Hidokun. Stephen is from Brooklyn, New York. He holds an Associate in Science in Chemistry from City University of New York and Bronx Community College. Michael Tibibu. He is from Denver, Colorado. He holds an Associate of Science from the University of Colorado, as well as a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering from Ethiopia. Rogelio Torres. He's from Aguada, Puerto Rico. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Pontifical Catholic University of Puerto Rico. Samson Gabri Medhin. He is from Los Angeles, California. He obtained a Bachelor in Science from the University of Asmara in Eritrea. Michael Alberto. Michael is from Taunton, Massachusetts. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Bridgewater State University. Herschel Kachrani. He's from Nashua, New Hampshire. He obtained a Bachelor of Science in Biology from the University of Massachusetts in Lowell. Ajmain Hossain. Ajmain is from Valley Stream, New York. He studied pre-pharmacy at Long Island University at SUNY Old Westbury. Morgan Ubachi. Morgan is from Orlando, Florida. He obtained a bachelor's in health science in preclinical from the University of Central Florida. Chase Palmer is from Skowhegan, Maine. He obtained a Bachelor of Science in Medical Biology from the University of New England. Fabrice Edraduha is from Portland, Maine. He obtained a bachelor's degree in biology from St. Joseph's College. Bashar Abadri. Bashar is from Baghdad, Iraq, and he studied pre-pharmacy at MCPHS University. Oyin Abu. She's from Dallas, Texas. She obtained a Bachelor of Arts in biology with a minor in chemistry from Mid-America Nazarene University. Shelby A. Close. She's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She completed her pre-pharmacy requirements at the University of Toledo. Rebecca Corbel. She's from Trenton, Michigan. Evan Ambrose. He's from Eastham, Massachusetts. He obtained a Bachelor of Science in Medical Biology from the University of New England. Nelson Rodriguez. Nelson's from San Juan, Puerto Rico. He holds a Bachelor of Arts in Natural Science from the University of Puerto Rico. Matthew Saka. He's from Dunmore, Pennsylvania. He obtained a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from Susquehanna University. Cody Hutchins. He's from Addison, Vermont. Kelly Banks. She's from Hollis, New Hampshire. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Molecular and Cellular Biology from the University of New Hampshire. Hillary Manning is from Newport, Vermont. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Science from the University of New Hampshire. Alexander Gilvey. He's from Windham, Maine. Alexander obtained a Bachelor of Science in Biology and Pre-Pharmacy from St. Joseph's College of Maine. Nicholas Bologna. Nicholas is from Lanesboro, Massachusetts. Dominic Pizzo. He is from China, Maine. Joshua Cormier. He's from Augusta, Maine. Alexander Bresney. He's from Watertown, Massachusetts. Eric Millette. He's from Methuen, Massachusetts. Jonathan Zalman. He's from Nashua, New Hampshire. He completed his pre-pharmacy studies at UNE Biddeford. Andrew Viberts. He's from Summers, Connecticut. Rachel Vasquez. She's from Wenham, Massachusetts, and she completed her pre-pharmacy studies at UNE Biddeford. Jennifer Mitchell. She's from Wilmington, Delaware. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from James Madison University. Jordan Coyley. She's from Fort Fairfield, Maine, and she completed her pre-pharmacy studies at UNE Biddeford. Selena Gigliotti. Selena is from Chester, Massachusetts, and she completed her pre-pharmacy studies at the University of New England. Brooke Kimball. She's from Lincoln, Maine. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Human Nutrition and Dietetics with a pre-pharmacy concentration at the University of Maine. Rachel Weber. Rachel's from Scarborough, Maine. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Stonehill College. Alessandra Rubano. She's from Wolcott, Connecticut. Ashley Barbe. She's from Horsham, Pennsylvania. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences from Bloomsburg University. Melissa Richardson is from Turner, Maine. Elizabeth Conley. Elizabeth is from Topsom, Maine. She obtained a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from Alfred University, Alfred, New York. Grace Kim. She's from Pasadena, California. She obtained a Bachelor of Arts in Biological Anthropology from the University of California of Riverside. Judith Mafour. Judith is from Silver Spring, Maryland. She obtained a Bachelor of Arts in French and English from the University of Yaoundé, Cameroon. Pride Njinkang. Pride is from Lanham, Maryland. She holds an associate's in pre-pharmacy from Prince George's Community College, Maryland. Mediha Khalil. Mediha is from Queens, New York. She obtained a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from Long Island University. Samantha Villeneuve. She is from Messina, New York, and she studied pre-pharmacy at UNE Biddeford. Madeline Chabanu. Madeline is from Murrieta, California. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and Cell Biology from the University of California, San Diego. Jolene Nguyen. Jolene is from Westminster, California. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Biology at the University of California, Los Angeles. Cam Tu Nguyen. Cam Tu is from Erie, Pennsylvania. She obtained a BS in Biology and a minor in Chemistry from Slippery Rock University. Leishan Nelson. She's from Orlando, Florida. She holds a Bachelor in Biomedical Sciences from the University of Central Florida. Janine Osei. Janine is from New Carlton, Maryland. She obtained a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Bowie State University. Ashley Idusui. She's from Lynn, Massachusetts. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from the University of Massachusetts, Amherst. Najeri Clark. She's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She obtained a Bachelor in Arts in English Writing from the University of Central Florida, a Master's of Science in Interdisciplinary Arts Education from Nova Southeastern University in Florida. Yanesi Bravo. She's from Miami, Florida. She holds an Associate Arts in Pre-Pharmacy from Miami-Dade College. Kendrika McSweeney. She's from Miami, Florida. She has an Associate in Pre-Pharmacy from Dade College. Amanda Peterson. She's from New Gloucester, Maine. She obtained a Bachelor of Biology from Wheaton College in Massachusetts. Anna Dempsey. She's from New York, New York. She completed her pre-pharmacy studies at Long Island University. Brianna Kopp Peterson is from Cumberland, Maine. She obtained an Associate of Science in Psychology and Gender Studies from Southern Maine Community College, as well as completed pre-pharmacy coursework at UNE Biddeford. Abigail Farrar, she's from Cumberland, Maine, and she completed her pre-pharmacy studies at Virginia Tech and UNE Biddeford. Please join me in congratulating our students.
Well, it's now my great pleasure to welcome Dean Gail Brazeau and Dr. Daniel Brazeau to the podium to present the Pioneer Scholarship Award and say a few words. Dean and Dr. Brazeau joined the college in 2010 from the University of Buffalo College of Pharmacy. Dean Brazeau is in her 7th year of leadership at UNE, and she continues to be passionate about educating caring pharmacists that are able to work as successful members of the healthcare system. Dean and Dr. Brazeau. After your speech.
You usually do the talking, go ahead.
I usually do the talking, right? Daniel and I are both first-generation college students in our families. While our parents were very supportive of going to college, we are both cognizant of being the first to go to college in a family presents special challenges and pressures. This is why we have chosen to establish this Pioneer Scholarship, recognizing students who are the first from their family to go from high school to college. This year's recipient exemplifies in every way that sort of enterprise and determination we believe deserves recognition. Our recipient this year was a volunteer at Eastern Maine Medical Center in the pediatric wing every 2 weeks while studying at the University of Maine. This individual also volunteered at the York County Food Shelter in Old Orchard Beach and prepared Thanksgiving food kits and participated in the annual Sodexo food and bottle drives. He states, "My passion for pharmacy comes from a fascination in medicine and in an innate desire to help people in need. I believe the foundation of healthcare professional is built upon the desire to improve people's quality of life. Although a pharmacist has many responsibilities as a healthcare professional, the bottom line is that a pharmacist's primary responsibility is to help patients get well. I've been told that becoming a pharmacist is a process and a journey, but I look forward to the journey and the challenges that it presents. I am excited about pharmacy school because I know on the other side of those 4 years is my dream job, and I can't wait to chase it down." Daniel and I would ask you to please join us in recognizing Mr. Kyle Williams from Bodenham, Maine, as our second recipient of the UNE College of Pharmacy Pioneer Scholarship. Kyle, would you please stand?
Thank you, Dean and Dr. Brazeau. Dr. Wallace Marsh will now lead the students in the Pledge of Professionalism. Dr. Marsh?
All right, would the class of 2020 please stand? Audience, don't they look good? I think they look good. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, students, you were handed a copy of the Pledge of Professionalism by Dean Brazeau when you crossed the stage. For the parents, family, and friends out there, a copy of the Pledge of Professionalism is printed in your bulletin, your program. All right, students, are you ready? Got it unwrapped? All right, students, please raise your right hand and recite with me the Pledge of Professionalism. Now, we'll try to stay together, so we'll try to read it slowly, and we'll pause periodically to get everyone caught back up. So we're going to read together as a group. All right, 1, 2, 3. As a student of pharmacy, I believe there is a need to build and reinforce a professional identity founded on integrity, ethical behavior, and honor. This development, a vital process in my education, will help ensure that I am true to the professional relationship I establish between myself and society as I become a member of the pharmacy community. Integrity will be an essential part of my everyday life, and I will pursue all academic and professional endeavors with honesty and commitment to service. To accomplish this goal of professional development as a student of pharmacy, I will develop a sense of loyalty and duty to the profession by contributing to the well-being of others and by enthusiastically accepting the responsibility and accountability for membership in the profession. Foster professional competency through lifelong learning. I will strive for high ideals, teamwork, and unity within the profession in order to provide optimal patient care. Support my colleagues by actively encouraging personal commitment to the oath of a pharmacist and the code of ethics for pharmacists as set forth by the profession. Dedicate my life and practice to excellence. This will require an ongoing reassessment of personal and personal values. Maintain the highest ideals and professional attributes to ensure and facilitate the covenantal relationship required of the pharmaceutical caregiver. The profession of pharmacy is one that demands adherence to a set of ethical standards. These high ideals are necessary to ensure the quality of care extended to the patients I serve. As a student of pharmacy, I believe that this does not start with graduation. Rather, it begins with my membership in this professional college community. Therefore, I will strive to uphold these standards as I advance toward full membership in the profession of pharmacy. I voluntarily make this pledge of professionalism. Before entering their fourth year of clinical practice in the advanced pharmacy practice rotations, these students will again be asked to recite a pledge in a ceremony, celebrating their tradition from didactic courses to clinical service. Here on stage with us, over on the side over there, is the pledge signed by each student, which will be hung in the college, a reminder of this pledge they have made. Please join me in congratulating our new student pharmacists in the class of 2020. Students, you may be seated.
Wonderful. Welcome. Welcome to the profession. I now ask Dean Briseau to come back to say a few words to the class and to the audience. Dean Briseau.
Before I move on to say a few words on this very special occasion, I'd like to say a few words about a very special individual we lost this summer, Dean Douglas H. Kay. Dean Kay was known in the pharmacy world as the Dean of Deans, and was one that we all have been blessed to know in our individual and collective lives. He touched the lives of so many students, faculty, and staff. First at the Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, where he taught and served as the Dean of Students for 30 years. He was then offered a position at the Duquesne University School of Pharmacy, where he served as Dean for 19 years. It was in retirement that Dean Kay led the feasibility study at the University of New England to justify the need for a pharmacy school in northern New England. UNE would have never been here had it not been for Dean Kay. We would have never seen this new College of Pharmacy to become a reality unless Dean Kay believed it first. He was instrumental in founding the University of New England's College of Pharmacy and became the acting dean in 2009-2010. On several personal notes, I will always be truly thankful for all the support that Dean Kay provided to me prior to and after becoming dean at the UNE College of Pharmacy. He was instrumental in calling me when this position was open and encouraging me to apply for this position because he knew that this would be my sensible vision for a deanship, even before I knew it myself. The students, faculty, and staff, and I truly miss Dean Kay as a mentor, a friend, and one of the most kind and generous individuals we have had the pleasure of knowing in our lives. Secondly, one of the greatest joys at this program was looking out in the audience and seeing Doug and Dottie Kay sitting there in the front row with the biggest smiles on their faces. As a college and pharmacy community, an event was only complete with Doug and Dottie in attendance. We truly miss this remarkable man, but will always know we are here because of his vision to pharmacy in Maine. Secondly, today is also a special day because we have two additional special guests in the audience. We are honored today to have William and Judy Riffey attending our white coat ceremony. Dean Riffey is Dean Emeritus from the University of Florida College of Pharmacy, where he served for 17 years. Bill was the first dean that I had the honor of serving when I made the decision to explore academic pharmacy leadership opportunities. He was instrumental in providing the opportunity to learn and grow about academic leadership in pharmacy. Interestingly, it was also through conversations with Bill and others at the Atlanta airport where it was decided at the University of Florida that we would have this white coat ceremony to recognize and welcome students to the profession. It was Bill's vision and guidance that made this program successful and has really helped guide my thinking for this program that we have here at the University of New England College of Pharmacy. His best friend and wife, Judy, has also played an important role in promoting interprofessional education with nursing and other professions and in advancing the training of pharmacy technicians through their online program. It is my great pleasure to introduce Judy and Bill Riffey. Would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Dear class of 2020, the University College of Pharmacy is committed to its role in educating pharmacists that are caring and compassionate to their patients, family, friends, colleagues, and community members. We believe it is this compassion for others that will enable pharmacists to be truly successful and will be a trait that employers will want in pharmacists for their healthcare teams and for teams in a variety of settings. Caring should be at the center of all we do each and every day. As such, our curriculum focuses on educating pharmacists that are centered on patient care in a caring team environment, while our students will provide service and caring to the community where they work, live, and to their profession. And this caring and practice will be based on current evidence and best practices in the literature in our profession. Your white coat is more than a symbol. It is an official welcome into your role as a healthcare provider and professional. In your role as a caring and compassionate pharmacist, each of you have the privilege and the honor to make a difference in someone's life. We've heard this earlier today from our keynote speaker. Be it whether helping them to make healthy choices and leading healthy lives, or to assist them with their use of medications. You have matriculated into a professional doctoral program into a professional career that will last many years beyond your time here at the University of New England College of Pharmacy. This is a unique opportunity that few are given. I would encourage you to make the best of it through critical thinking and creative thinking focused on enhancing the best care for your patients and others in the world. This is your start of a lifelong career of learning and growing, both professionally and personally. Pharmacy and your role as a caring healthcare provider has infinite opportunities, some of which you may not see presently, or ones that it'll take your role to implement. I hope you'll always do with a focus on enhancing and improving the quality of life for your patients and their families. It is your patients and your extended families. Your education is not about our teaching and demonstrating, but about your lifelong learning and growing and developing the knowledge, skills, and values needed for your successful career as a caring pharmacist. Prepare well and work hard so that you may have the greatest experience and ride, as Dr. Sutton said, of your life while in the college in the years to come. I would ask each of you to start with the end in mind. Specifically, what kind of pharmacist do you want to be? How can I focus on providing care to my patients and others in my community and the world? Whom will you seek for advice? How are you going to prepare yourself for this journey as a caring and compassionate pharmacist? And how will you know when you have reached your destination? I would argue we'll never reach our destination because we should learn and grow as a caring individual and pharmacist each and every day. We want you to maintain your intellectual curiosity and scholarly drive while at the same time maintaining your creativity and entrepreneurial spirit. Be risk takers, willing to consider new ideas and opportunities while in pharmacy and beyond. Dr. Sutton has already told you some of the many benchmarks you will have while in your curriculum. You're aware, and you are certainly aware of the level of difficulty of the professional doctoral curriculum. However, if you work hard, it is certainly obtainable, and more importantly, one of the most satisfying aspects of your life as you learn and grow each day. Yes, there will be challenges, but there will always be many great successes for each and every one of you. I would encourage you to embrace a philosophy that this is not just 4 years, but the start of your professional life. It's not going to be too long before you and your families and friends are sitting together again to enjoy your graduation. It will go by in a blink of an eye. Make the best of it and enjoy each step along the way. While you're in the college, I want you to always work hard, learn with passion, and enjoy life with enthusiasm as you care for one another. I would ask you to please take time each day to take a walk of gratitude for all you have been given and for all those special individuals in your life. Please take time to call and thank your family, friends, and the many others for what they have done in your journey to date and as you continue over the next few years. I'd like to remind you in conclusion the following with respect to excellence in your professional and personal life. Excellence can be attained if you care more than others think is wise, risk more than others think is safe, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible. I would encourage you to always strive for excellence, whether it is in the classroom, our laboratories, the clinic, or your professional life, as you become that caring pharmacist, that individual that you have envisioned when you started your educational journey. At this minute, I'd like to talk to some of the parents, friends, spouses, and family members who have taken the time to be with you today, and those that are listening to us via the live stream. These student pharmacists need your support more than ever. They recognize that they are here because of your constant encouragement, support, and love. In the days ahead, they may need just a little more than the usual amounts of these kind acts. They will need your support and love and the care that you can provide. Members of the class of 2020, may I ask you to please stand. I'd like you to turn around and recognize your parents, spouses, sisters, brothers, children, significant others with an enthusiastic round of applause and appreciation for all they've done for you and what they will all do for you in the future. Thank you. Please be seated. In conclusion, on behalf of the faculty, staff members, and myself, we are truly proud and enthusiastic that each of you have selected to become a member of the University of New England College of Pharmacy family and team. You join a fantastic group of colleagues in the PharmD classes of 2017, 2018, 2019. Actually, it should be 2016, 17. Wait, no, that's right. You join a fantastic group of colleagues in the PharmD classes of 2017, 2018, and 2019, as well as our many successful alumni from the classes of 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016. We know that each of you bring wonderful talents and skills to our college and to the University of New England. I truly and wholeheartedly look forward to the many opportunities to work together as we continue the successes in the college, advance the important role that caring pharmacists play in patient care in Maine and beyond, and create new knowledge and discoveries in our classrooms, laboratories, and clinics. I am so honored and so pleased that you are part of our UNE family and team. Welcome to UNE and welcome to the profession of pharmacy.
Thank you, Dean Brizeau, for those inspiring words. In closing, does that sound good? I'd like to extend a very special thank you to our Dean's Ambassadors, and these students represent the P2 through P4 classes who are here today to help us with this ceremony. Please stand when I mentioned your name. We have 18 of them. Seema Patel. Where's Seema? Justin Richards. Sam Cushing. Brittany Schaffner. Sarah Nguyen. Fong Zhang. Amari Tola. Ashley Calder. Kiana DiBiase. Pierre Hanna. Mariah Damon. Travis Frost. Casey Hutchinson. Amanda Powers. Valerie Linsangin. Madeline Pryor. Esperance Uamahoro. And Kyle Hedquist. Please give him a hand. Thank you. These students give up their time, and they do a fine job representing the college at all of these events. Really, the ceremony would not run smoothly without them. Now, would Renee Dana, Margaret Donovan from the Dean's Office, Joanne Wood, Natalie Levitt, Pauline Dombrowik, and Ian Wallen please stand? Okay, these are staff members who have given up their Saturdays to be here with us. We can't have a smooth running event without these people. I give a special thank you to Mr. Dennis Letelier, who worked early this morning putting up the signage and the glorious entry flags, Mr. Jamie Grant and the staff from the Western Performing Arts Center, the Portland Brass for their musical performances, photographers Huckmeyer Studios and Jeff Schur Photography, and finally, Mr. David Dadiego of the University of New England, who is always there to provide video services for us, thus allowing us to live stream this event. We thank them all. Thank you so much. I ask that you please remain seated until the platform party, faculty, staff, and students have exited. Our faculty will be congratulating students as they exit the auditorium. Students and guests, please feel free to stay for photos and to chat with faculty and staff. A photo backdrop, as you might have seen already, is set up in the gymnasium for you to take pictures. Additionally, our photographer will take photos of students and families next to the pledge board on the stage here. The white coat ceremony is now concluded.